Women are misusing Section 498A of Indian Penal Code against their husbands. I'm not saying this. It's the Supreme Court of India who is concerned about this misuse. The court said that Section 498A was originally introduced to protect women from domestic violence and dowry harassment. But nowadays, it is being used by some women as a weapon in their matrimonial disputes to settle down their personal scores. So let's first understand this Section 498A. For many years, women faced harassment by their husbands and their in-laws due to dowry demands. There were many cases of dowry-related deaths and domestic violence in the country. So Section 498A was introduced in the year 1983 to protect all these women from any kind of cruelty by her husband or her in-laws. And this section clearly says if a woman is being physically harassed or mentally abused, or if she is driven to suicide, the husband and his family can face up to 3 years in jail, and there will be a fine too. However, Supreme Court has recently noticed a new trend. In many cases, women are filing false cases under Section 498A to blackmail or to settle scores in unhappy marriages. In fact, some women are using this law to extort money or get their husband into trouble even when there is no real cruelty involved. We saw many women demanding a huge sum of money in exchange for withdrawing that particular case. So this has led to a situation where husbands and their families are being forced to compromise or settle out of court even when the allegations have no basis in reality. And if you read Malimat Committee report of 2003, it has clearly pointed out this misuse. So Supreme Court has warned that if such a trend of false cases continue, it will create more distrust between husband and wife, and this legal provision will do more damage than the good. So if you look at the recent case of Dara Lakshmi Narayan versus State of Telangana, Supreme Court dismissed the case and called it that this case is completely a false case because Supreme Court found so. Court found that the allegations made to pressure the husband into fulfilling unreasonable demands. The Supreme Court is calling for better scrutiny of such cases to ensure that only those truly suffering from abuse are protected, and those misusing the law, they should face consequences. Now, this doesn't mean we should directly scrap this entire law. The responsibility rather lies with all of us to ensure that justice is served fairly to those who truly need it, and misuse of the law is completely checked. We may come up with some reforms in the law to prevent such misuse, but ultimately it all depends on all of us who can either use or misuse the same law. And women need to understand that their real fight is with the patriarchal structure rather than their petty fight with their husbands for personal gains.